Buenos días, estudiantes. Continuamos hoy en capítulo 1, pero antes de continuar, quiero hablarles de McGraw-Hill My Connect. So, you will have noticed that there is a link on the welcome page in Blackboard to sign up for McGraw-Hill My Connect. This is really important to do. It's a really good resource to use as we go throughout the semester learning Spanish. There will be assignments from McGraw-Hill that are assigned for every chapter. There will be Learn Smart, which helps you solidify vocabulary and grammar concepts. And then there are the workbook and lab manual pages, which are assigned as well. This is not meant to be overwhelming to you. This is not to be completed in one sitting. All of these are due the last day of the chapter. So, and chapter 1 will not be due until probably when chapter 2 is due as well, just to give everybody a little more time to sign up for it. So what this means is that you should take time every day to watch the lecture, to study the grammar and the vocabulary from each chapter, and to work on the McGraw-Hill. If you break it down into about 30-45 minutes a day, which is what you would be spending sitting in class if this were a physical class, you can complete the assignments for each chapter in a reasonable amount of time. You will kill yourselves if you try to sit down and do this all the night it's due at like 10 o'clock. It's just going to be ridiculous. You're going to feel overwhelmed, and I really don't want that. The best way to learn Spanish is to build on it, not to cram it, but to build on it. So today vamos a continuar en capítulo 1. Páginas 8 a 11. Continuamos. ¿Cómo es usted? En página 8 and page 8. What are you like? How are you like? ¿Cómo es usted? ¿Quién es usted y cómo es? Número 1. Soy Ángela Suárez del Pino. Soy optimista y tolerante. Para mí, yo soy Alyssa Randall. Yo soy optimista. Yo soy responsable. Yo soy sentimental. Yo no soy paciente, pero yo no soy cruel tampoco. So this would be to describe what somebody is like. And we use the verb ser to describe yourself or another person. Which ser means to be. Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él, ella es. So él and ella as the pronouns can be replaced with any name. Tú is the familiar, which we talked about yesterday, which you would use whenever you're talking to somebody that's your peer, that's younger than you. And then es is the formal, usted, which is used whenever you're talking to somebody who is in a position of authority over, where you want to show deference or respect. So there's some more practice on page 9. That is also, that's a good thing to do as well. Vamos a página 10, page 10. Aquí se habla español. Aquí hay información sobre la lengua española y donde se habla español. So this is going to be information. You can read this on your own about the Spanish-speaking countries in the world. The top 9 world languages based on the number of native speakers are first Chinese, which has 845 million speakers. Spanish is number 2, has 329 million speakers. English is number 3, 328 million speakers. So that's interesting that it's the second most spoken language in the world based on number of speakers. And also, because of the wide geographical area in which Spanish is spoken, which you can see that on the map on page 11, everything that is orange is where Spanish is spoken. The impact of Spanish on a global level is quite massive. So this is going to be like the culture section for each chapter. So that's so please read that as you go through and study. Okay. So today the assignment is I want you to go to the assignment Introducción Personal, and I want you to use 5 sentences, 5 complete sentences to introduce yourself. You can describe yourself, you can say where you're from, anything we've learned in the first 11 pages of this chapter, which is a lot, you can use to describe yourself to me. Your name, where you're from, what you're like, and there you go. 5 complete sentences. A complete sentence has a subject, a verb, and then the predicate, which is what comes after the verb. Make sure the verbs are conjugated correctly based on what we've learned, and I will see you tomorrow.